Ladies and gentlemen, we're right back to where we left off in the last episode. We just finished classroom trial. Now we got Flash. We got some new secrets that something might happen. Like we got a new floor opening, which, to be honest, I don't know what that is. Then we got the second, third, fourth, and then now we got fifth. Will give us imagine if it gives us something stupid. I don't know. The whole room is missing. Here I am. So different from what we've seen. Nope. Yes, everything inside of this we got 3 rooms. Eventually take them. What Kyoko told me yesterday. What the heck did it mean?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
I'm Kyoko. I'm not gonna say anything. I can't say anything. This is very good.
Hey,
You understand why?
so then,
We made it very clear that our conversation had come to an end. And just like usual, I don't understand any better than before. Progress seems pretty far away, gotta say, pretty proud of what I said. The suit of armor on display is extremely documented. There's a bunch of wooden lockers. Wooden lockers are key around the super
hey,
quite elegant. This is what you consider
indeed.
I lived overseas for a long time, so this kind of Japanese style scenery. Considering our situation, isn't it kind of even though this room is so close,
Hey, in
what the hell? Number one, why is the plant so ginormous? And why is there Venus like that? Oh, what is this? It's super weird. This is flowers. Why is it get this big? Is this thing real?
Watch out!
Watch out. It's a Montuma flower. I came up with the name myself. First, I can some real fun. Roll in the front of the snap. And then we go to the I don't know if it's in my class. It's pretty quickly amazing if I do say so myself. Including a home street attic improvement after improvement, bottom line. So they don't go through anymore without doing the test.
Actually,
Despite how we cause plastic, paper plastic, those are good things to be wrong.
well done.
Cases that are for people that live in the house. Of course, a gigantic plant like this? Please, listen.
Yo!
Especially saw these guys, it turns out they're the kids of the walls.
You know?
Oh, but the plants are all good. It smells like juicy.
What the heck?
What are you thinking? Is it? Why? Is that bad? Just get it. Just get out the keyboard. Shoot. They're just in the system, so you can probably see it. They're watching the race. Then they probably can't leave us in sight anymore.
The end is nigh! Well?
Serious. Yeah. No, I don't do it. This is a chicken coop. It's a chicken coop to you. This place even has chicken. There's regular chicken. They put up people, they bomb, some eggs, there's no place like that. Please see it. You try to touch a chicken. Oh my god. It really is life. Right? Let's oh, you got the ticket too, Makoto? I love you. This is right here. That's 5 of them here. Got it. 5 of them and number control. Other control the next one. That's the number. And whatever the number 5 house up. That's a good omen.
I'm at least 30% right!
With the number of power, essentially. The number of power is the effective number of power of chemistry on that. What? You know, you get a word on this. Yeah. This is just take a look at my feet. It's placing fully disorganized from the moment to fertilize it. Farm to. You need to place the back wall. Is that okay, guys? Oh, this one is part of the Crazy Diamond? I think I'm remembering seeing that. What the hell is Crazy Diamond? Yeah, I really do. Oh, what's this? There's some kind of control panel, something with a wall. So we can put the air conditioning. Put the sprinklers. Sprinklers? And control the sprinklers in the garden. Sprinklers are set to go off every morning at 7:30. Once the air changes, it's off the mission. Close the setting panel, lock, and can change it. That means sprinklers go off at 7:30. Yep, I got it. This is the thing. We got
Yes.
Yes. What? This is just wrong.
Hey!
Do you believe in the
Hmm.
No.
The end is... Well?
No. I think that's enough. I think that's enough of the plant area. No, he knows. Who's different compared to what it is? I'm not sure what it is. Because the reason for that, it's not anything to do. Yeah, he knows. Raw? Why is the biolab door said raw? This is bloody raw! It's locked. You can't all the way just be denied here. Sun lost in biolab. Biolab don't you convert it from team into. That sounds like something I'm not going Oh, come on. Seriously? Wait a minute. Oh, I guess that's... Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's no, like, random Oh, double. Huh? Did she want to talk to me about something? What's up? She's trying to say something. Someone's a little more like... I'm sorry, but I have no idea. It's like only 3 classes. So, what the hell? What the hell is this? The grotesque horror of the room struck me hard and fast. I thought it was bad enough for what it smelled. Sour, pungent, and possibly rank.
I see.
It smells awful, doesn't it? It must have been really good. After all, you've been around me for a short course. Okay? This smell of death, flesh is fat and blood. There's no surprise in this word, stop. I experienced the smell more than once before. The smell of death and despair. But the smell here is strong, intense. The smell of a battlefield. I don't think it must be.
Hey!
What? My fault
Mama.
again? I could have done everything on me. You haven't done what you did. You never really have it.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Now then.
As far as the food goes, I don't know what it is. I just left it exactly how I found it. What?
Yes,
How's that
indeed.
for him? Better than stupid things you get from NPCs in those mean old RPGs.
Uh-oh. I can't wait! I can't wait!
So it's really not a big deal. You can turn out to what the heck? Okay. What is he talking about? Just left it up the way you found it? What's the meaning of that? We got eye for an eye. You tell me I can't. Here's all the bloodstains that arrived. And the colors are changing as well. I think it's safe to assume these stories are considerably old. These are all really blood. Of course, I wouldn't find it interesting to hear. It is interesting, like, what on earth happened in this class? It seems like he's enjoying himself. No way I can help himself. Bro. Yeah, white chocolate outline calculator for how many bodies there is. I think it's kind of similar to clothes and stuff. You don't see it in a remote. That's to say I don't believe it. Yeah, me neither, kid. That's all there is to it. Like, Bianca, about the amount of just over. It's like I'm not even here. You can lost some thoughts. It's really pushing that hard to just flat out ignore it. Yeah, we got a bloodbath. Yeah, I guess we'll see what there is to see up here. Once again, nothing. I can't seem to make any real sense. Let's head back to the dining hall, find out what we can do. We got a bloodbath classroom. Spoiler. Actually, you know, one after another, everyone made their way to the dining hall. It took too long. It would appear everyone has returned. Still, it's just the 6 of us. There's really enough for a decent volleyball team.
Just a second.
Hey, don't be sour, Chris. We gotta think constantly. Besides, even if one more person dies, we can still feel the basketball team.
Hey.
That's like reverse positive thinking. Anyway, there's no time to be depressed. Let's take everyone we lost and do our best. Let's stop all this group hug nonsense. We need to find out what everyone is like. By the way, did any of you find it? The other strange room on the 5th floor? Well, no, strange is a massive understatement. Smell of fat, and blood. White outlines of countless books. Was more dreadful than having found
What?
what the hell are you talking about? The smell of the stuff is horrific, far beyond any form of murder. Everybody's smell is concentrated.
Huh?
God, I'm glad I did. Horrible.
But
I mean, what the hell happened?
So, in other words,
A bunch of people died right there and then. A bunch of people were killed in there? Stop, Susan, what the fuck?
It can't be.
Perhaps that's what was meant by the biggest, most awful, most tragic event humans. Huh? The same thing, my theory is this. The mass murder that took place in the room, the incident that said have happened 1 year ago. We also see that
In other words,
Precisely, the tragedy is another name for the genocide of body, human body, and brutality. That's
it's all clear now.
why host people force the close to school.
Hey.
Not a doubt, I guess that makes sense. I guess that all makes sense. So, awful. No, just awful. Not just awful, super awful. Like, we all know. Tragic. Tragic. Still, how is it not one of us ever heard about something like that happening? Does that mean they really did cover it up? Exactly. Seems like Toko wants to say something.
What?
Oh, why are you telling me?
Hey.
Because he told you to zip it over there. I forgot about that. I know you were like torturing her, but come on. Oh, Toko, you know, develop us all in your future blood for one second. You all need that. Come on. I'll take care of the odor problem. Seriously, you're just gonna take it? Shut up.
What the heck?
I'm not saying you won't talk.
Um,
Okay, so what are you gonna tell us? I was in class when the first one was What's this? Knife? Oh, that thing is huge, like Rambo size.
What?
Survival knife. Survival knife. What was he doing in the classroom?
Well,
I know.
Very
What
suspicious.
are you gonna use that knife for? What are you trying to do to it? I'm not gonna do it. I picked it up. I don't want to leave the knife hanging around.
How about that?
I'd rather have it hanging around in the hands of a serial killer. Comparing to her, I'm nothing like her. Listen, more important. Now that you have a knife, what are you gonna do with it?
You know?
You can't just like help it. That's what you don't know.
what's your problem?
So
Why
then,
don't you pay like that? Not me. Oh yeah, take special photos of pictures.
okay.
Okay, and that's that. Hold on. No, I ain't gonna say.
It's all clear now.
Shows how much you trust you do as they ask. Are you sure I trust? I feel like they're just using me. Okay, so here you go. Acting like I already said yes. Fine. Guess there's nothing I can do. Keep it. Definitely tomorrow. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Do I still have that breath? Try something. Try to think. Try to think.
That's fine.
Hey, valuable discovery. Huh? Actually, just kidding. Hey, good for you. I'm dreaming. It must be dreaming. That I would experience such a dream. Huge dream. Yeah. I really took it these days and make me feel sad.
You know?
Well, there's a big garden out in the fifth floor and it's become more than one thing to be worried about. A stupidly large plant and a chicken coop. Anthony said it was called a mushroom plant. Even touching it seems dangerous, so we have to be careful.
For
Probably
serious.
meant eating plant. I'm pretty sure it's different from the ones that live in the pipe. Anyway, that thing must benefit from the sprinkler system as much as anything else. Oh yeah, apparently the sprinklers come on every morning at 7:30 on the dot. Yeah, I remember that. You don't want to get drenched and catch a cold.
Yeah.
Don't be worried. They say you never catch cold. It's not never get wet. I'm sorry to worry about you, girl. You told me when to sit this thing.
What the heck?
Come on, you don't always have to come down. I may have been held back 3 times, but that doesn't make you stupid. It will make you happy. That's what you're going to
Huh?
Oh.
Don't worry, you just answered it.
hey,
My concern with the biolab. That was only the place in the fifth floor. Biolab, huh? I wonder what's in there.
Could it be?
This sort of like cliche horror game, it'll be some kind of creature, the final boss, Siren.
But
We're not in the horror. Either way, we don't need to worry about it. Don't bother thinking about something that can't be
Naturally.
The tiny brain can only do so much. Focus on utilizing them effectively.
well,
Not only how you said it, but what you said. Probably right.
What?
No, I said it right.
yeah.
I checked all the windows in the fifth floor, front and back. This that kind of used to be secure job, but there ain't no dice. There ain't another place on the just like the windows.
correct.
Which means no chance of escape on the fifth floor either.
So,
Well, I realized something about the layout of the school. There's actually knows about the layout of the school.
Just a second.
Go look at the fifth floor yourself. Can you, Makoto? Why do you ask?
So then,
Because if you did, you must have known. The fifth floor is lacking something every other floor has. Are you talking about stairs? There aren't any stairs leading up to the fifth floor. That's telling you, right? Does that mean the fifth floor is the end?
correct.
I'm finally starting to get a clear picture of the school.
Hmm.
But now it's about the underlying mystery.
But
And that's the hardest part.
okay.
Even if it's hard, you still gotta do it. But who knows, like, everything will be okay. As long as you work together, you still will make it happen. No, not on the still. You actually will make that. Not
you know,
okay, garden, chicken coop. There's a bunch of chickens in the chicken coop, right? That's right, fried chicken. Fried chicken. They get fat. They could make fried chicken, barbecue, this is. Well, how about raw? Because there's nothing special than raw. I'm sure that'd kill you.
you know.
And it's
You know.
unless it's too hard to pickaxe.
What?
What about the pickaxe? Well, there was a pickaxe in the tool shed. And the wood, there's this diamond with those bars. I haven't seen that phrase. Haven't you seen that phrase somewhere before? Phrase in Danganronpa? Yeah, the first scene of familiar.
It's true.
I don't think I know. We've definitely seen that phrase.
Huh?
Oh, where? Oh, that's it. I remember. It was on Mondo's uniform on the back of the jacket. The jacket said the same thing, right? Crazy diamond.
I see.
You're absolutely right. Why would that be on a pickaxe in the garden?
Could it be?
Mondo knows the structure and thunder, right?
Not
Or we
possible.
can have access to the garden from kitchen earth.
That's right.
So maybe Mondo brought it with him when he first came in. Mondo was trying to whatever the reason. He stuck out in the pickaxe. The pickaxe connected to Mondo. What stuck out to me wasn't the pickaxe at all. But
Yo.
what I noticed was the lawnmower. Maybe you could use the stuff for that. What?
Huh?
How are you gonna go help with the lawnmower?
What the
I
heck?
don't know, maybe you could use it to make crop circles or something. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna make crop circles.
Well,
Go for help. What the heck happened? What the heck's happened to you? You weren't like this in the beginning, you know.
you know.
So back in my personality. Back then my personality had quite fucked me up.
Ah.
I don't think it's possible, but I'm even more disappointed in you now than I have ever been. Well, I think that's all the information we have for now.
Yo.
So now what do you think? I mean, today, before we proceed, we need to figure something out.
No way.
How cocky can you be? When it costs through the ceiling, your head gets in the big. So, what is it you want to figure out? Kyoko's identity. Huh?
Well,
Kyoko's identity, but Kyoko is Kyoko. Yes, but who is she? The rest of us have a clear conflict reason why we didn't see her to attend Nina's the ultimate swing pro. Here's the ultimate clairvoyant. Even close to the ultimate student. More unlucky than lucky these days, but... What about Kyoko? Can anyone tell me what she is? Never told us. Kyoko doesn't really like talking about herself anyway, right? It's not a matter of what she likes and lies. It's a matter of trust. When you trust someone who's unwilling to reveal that true identity, you need to avoid raising any more unnecessary suspicion. So it's Kyoko, it's time you told us. Okay. What? Why won't you tell us?
Wrong.
I didn't say I won't. I said I can't.
What the heck?
What do you mean?
So,
That's unremembered. What? I have no memory of what I am. You have no memory. You mean... Are you sure?
What?
I thought you had a sense of humor. I see you joking. Laughing.
This is very suspicious.
You can't be serious right now, can you?
whew.
I knew you wouldn't believe me. That's why I didn't say anything.
However,
It doesn't matter. Either way, the proof will make it a clear report.
What?
You have no intention of telling us, and I can no longer stand by you know.
hey,
We're willing to do so. Nothing so barbaric as that.
It's all clear
I was
now.
simply... Let me just I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
what?
I mean my option.
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. And she gives you the room key.
huh?
He can't go to sleep in her room. So he's breaking school regulations. If he doesn't want to talk, we'll talk. It's easy. All he has to do is tell us to talk with him. Just hold on, not like that.
That's fine.
Fine, I understand. Good, you're finally in the mood for conversation. You feel saying the word Kyoko right up to Byaku and out of the room to them.
It can't be.
Damn fool. How do you refuse to talk?
Because.
Whether I want to or not, I can't. All I can do is tell you that.
So,
Maybe she did. When you think about it, it sounds totally impossible. This is the worst school ever. Where only the worst stuff happens. You need to fit right in.
However.
The worst school where only the worst things happen. You really mean that?
Huh?
Hey,
Maybe we need to be sure that lifetime here has been filled with only the worst things. What do you mean? After I said to you, take the thing back to us.
Come on.
goodbye.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna do anything on the news. Those were the last words I said. Kyoko's last words. The dining hall was silent, only the sound was the door opening and closing as Kyoko left the room.
What the heck?
What's her deal?
but
I think you went too far, taking her room key like that. For her, it wasn't far enough. Maybe she gets off the attention. I can't believe her enjoying getting yelled at.
Stop talking.
I'm getting noisy again, Toko.
Come on.
Sorry, I can still hear you. The sound of you breathing, your heart breathing, your breathing.
Hey!
Are you telling her to die? I mean, I know how you feel, but what's Kyoko gonna do now? What's the situation? It's just like before. It's no different from when everyone started accusing Sakura. Not another group of people. I can't stop it. What? Why are you yelling over something?
cause I mean,
Because look. Monica, what? How long have you been standing here? There. Very.
Now I'm
In here, what? That's right. I'm very sad to tell you there's a thief in your midst.
Huh?
What?
Hey!
It's Precious. They stole it. It's Precious.
Your teacher had such faith in you. And this is how you repay me? With betrayal?
Valley, so much hardship. Isn't it? No wonder people run away from the planet. What the heck is your Precious? Shut up. I hope all of you just stuck in a hiring freeze and die of penniless on the street.
What the heck?
God, what the heck was that all about?
so,
It says something about his Precious getting stolen. Does anyone have any idea what that might mean? That has something to do with Kyoko. Huh? Who else other than her will be willing and able to steal something from Monaco? Will Kyoko really steal something from Monaco? That's true. What was it? Why would she do that? Ding dong ding dong. Yeah, I don't know.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime.
Yep.
Soon the doors to the dining hall will... Okay then.
Yeah, at this point. We need to get out of here.
You know?
Can't talk about this more tomorrow, about Kyoko. However, after what just happened with Monaco and Kyoko, I feel like there's something I suggest you take extra precautions. Think the rooms will go well.
well,
We need you to tell us that.
Goodbye.
Hold on, let's disperse. I'll see you all tomorrow. Following his lead, each of us went back to our rooms. Oh, that's right. I need to put away the knife that I got from Toko. I think the safest place would be my desk drawer. But anyway, is Kyoko really gonna be okay? She can't get into her room. What's she gonna do? Is there something I can do? Nothing I can. Did Bro just get put to sleep? Ding dong. Who the hell is ringing my door? Open my eyes and falling asleep about it. More important, did I hear the doorbell? Kyoko?
Hey.
I'll be waiting for you in the drinks. See there. Wait, Kyoko! I want to acknowledge you need Kyoko disappeared into the depths of the dark just lock the? Can we just remember to lock the door?
Hey,
Sorry for asking you immediately, silly. It's okay. I'm used to it.
correct.
Indeed.
So
Oh,
then,
then let me get straight to the point. There's something you can't talk about in front of the surveillance cameras, right? But does that mean does it have to keep me cool and still from Monica? Monica told us that someone has stolen something. You?
indeed.
That's right. I was right. What did you steal?
So,
This. See? Looking at it, it wasn't just me. There's a shape like Monica inside the PC. Kind of. Where did you get this? From
so,
the headmaster. What? You snuck it to the headmaster? It wasn't locked? The
however,
lock was broken. What?
correct.
Where's Sakura? She did it for us. She did?
Indeed.
Remember when she said in her note, I'm not gonna lay down and lie about what I did? Is Sakura broken the headmaster's room for us?
That's right.
That's right, so we can uncover whatever secrets might lay hidden within. She did that for us? Why is Sakura decided to die so the last act was survived in this place?
Indeed.
I noticed the room was open after the last shower was over. I heard you stroll into the room on a moon and have noticed right away, which is why I used you as a teacher. You asked me to meet in the data center in order to
Correct.
I wanted to draw Monica's attention. I took the opportunity to sneak into the headmaster's room and saw upon this key. Wow. And when you told about me yesterday, did that come from the headmaster's room too?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
You found out about this Mukuro Sabu while you were in there?
Indeed.
I did find a file in the headmaster's room and talk about it. Yeah. I don't know all the details, but one thing I do know is that Mukuro Ikusaba is in danger.
In other words,
Very well, be the mastermind. Mastermind? Well, it ultimately goes with the mastermind was probably the headmaster was probably the mastermind.
wrong.
No, the headmaster is the mastermind. Sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet. I have no doubt that I'm right. I'm right. Make such strong statements without proof. That's not like Kyoko at all. Right, if it isn't the headmaster, does that mean Mukuro Kusawa could really be the mastermind?
Anyway,
This key is one big opportunity we've been waiting to get our hands on. Now that we've grasped it, we can't just let it go, can we? Sure, but I mean, what's this key going to unlock? I don't
so,
know yet, which is why I need you to draw my key. Can't. And you want me to draw his attention, but we don't actually know there's just one mastermind, right? So, there's more than just unlocking.
is that right?
But they didn't catch on last night, right? Found out.
Hey,
Maybe last night, the monitor was so monkey at the same time. Huh? Like I said, they didn't go caught last night. Like I said, that's what we need to do. As far as going, another return one more time. If this is something again. And what made it seem like a guess was your key. Let's go talk to this comic level, but see how they can stand on this.
hey,
Well, it's clear that the master can't watch the monkey, right? Then there's a period of time where that's not happening. All we need to do is find out what the cause actually is. Maybe, no matter what the situation is, survive. And I think it might happen. And
why is that?
I don't think we need to worry about all that. A minimum of things like this will I wish things have been placed in the process to solve the mystery, huh? Maybe I think the key is that the master decides to do something all the files
I see.
in that case, What?
Correct.
The moment of crisis when the master had break the whole way, I'd hear and then come out.
In other words,
In other words, doing something whether we can see or not. Now there's no reason not to.
if you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward.
We know the danger, but if the risks means solving the mystery, we have no choice.
Hey,
Am I wrong? In that moment, I finally did. I've never seen the slightest hint of fear or despair in Kyoko's eyes. Her gaze was firmly fixed on the mystery then. The enemy standing before us, and that in view, you just smile. You can't change how I feel, and I wouldn't if I could. When Kyoko took something from her pocket and held it out to me. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider a symbol of my determination. I'll open it. Only open it if something ever happens to me. If something happens?
However,
I'm not planning on dying, but there's always a chance of it. And death, while meaning is unclear.
hey,
Please, I want you to hold on to it for me. I want to hold on to it, just because you asked me to. I'm gonna give it back at some point, so you can be sure of that.
indeed.
Yes, of course.
Hey,
Oh, and one more thing. You can't tell anyone else what I've discovered. Sure, because there's a chance the mastermind might find out, right?
indeed.
Oh, there's that too. Oh, you mean there's something else?
Well,
There's nothing. Forget I said anything. I just can't forget that either.
so then,
Okay then, shall we begin?
Makoto.
I'm counting on you, Makoto. I just had to get Monokuma's attention, right? Well, I give it back a shot.
Goodbye.
I'm going up on ahead, the rest is up to you. Her goodbye was no different from any other time. Like any other time, she moved at a brisk pace as she left. But it wasn't like every other time. It was a sudden knot I felt in my stomach as I watched her walk away. I know everything's gonna be fine, I know it. Because it's good. Talking to myself helped shake off some of my anxiety. And then I got to work. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's do this. Hey Monokuma, you can see me, right? Get out of here. I got a bone to pick with you. And a few moments later,
Monokuma appears!
well, this is a surprise. You being the one to call me out.
Hey!
Hey! How's it
Hey!
going? Huh?
Most
Hey, Kyoko.
suspicious.
What are you Kyoko going up to? Going to the bathhouse to get in the middle of the night? Definitely a hot and steamy moment, can you say? So warm and wet. So wet and warm. I bet you guys. The move to confirm with local and international censorship laws. All over her. All over the Not to talk, huh? Sure, I guess. Oh, whatever. I'm like you, I have to. No interest in things like that. This is like amazing healthy life. Our observation far away from X-rated X-pilot. Oh, so I played the from the back house.
Wow.
What's up? Was it maybe because the lens all fogged up and you couldn't see anything between? Sounds like that bull. That's the bullseye to me.
You need something?
Anyway, you went through all that trouble to send me out here, but now what do you want? Oh well, there's something I want to confirm with you.
Say what?
Whether I'm a mademoiselle or a fella.
Actually,
There's no male in here. I'm actually weird.
what? My entire existence! This is kind of depressing.
That's enough. I'll get stuck if I think about it too much. What do you really want to ask me? Well, suppose there's a precious on the phone. What's this precious?
What are you
Listen,
thinking?
I'm sure this is a silly question nobody's possible. That's drag me out here to ask me.
Unbelievable.
You're not gonna ask me for this, but I gotta get that money. On your reading test? It's just crazy. All the teen boys as nutty as you.
What the
That
heck?
was so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. There was a key and that's it. What was that second thing? A secret. Fill it in and use up. Make me trudge all the way out to the back. I like to see what's going on in that brain of yours. Next time you start me, find out. Dropping more than a few swear words, Monokuma's sworn about. Phew. Oh, I kept him distracted long enough. All I can do is wait for and hope Kyoko makes it out okay. No, she'll be fine. It's not bad, bro. I'm sure she's fine, right? I went back to my room and laid down doing my best to settle my nerves and get back to sleep. Monokuma freaking Theater.
Monokuma Theater, brought to you by Spike Toonsoft Company Limited.
Bro. Wait, what the hell? Never would I have expected this. What the hell? What? This seems so random. Zuko's Revenge, the game Unfortunately. Yeah, I don't even know. That just seems so random. This super special game was canceled during development. But it'll start back up again in Danganronpa as well.
Then you guys have to recommend it to your friends, too!
Bro. Ding dong, ding dong.
Good.
No,
Get
no, I
ready.
don't care. No. My body feels so heavy this morning. Just because I woke up so late. I need to get to dining. Here, confirm. Okay, cool. I just had to confirm my suspicion.
What?
You're 1 minute late. I didn't think. Alright, not finishing.
What's your problem?
The entire excuse like that is gonna work.
Huh?
I'm not supposed to. I'm gonna call you the. I just thought this was something that fast. That made me upset. Sorry, please. I'm not finishing it. I'll hang the sign from my necklace and grab girl. Maybe I can.
So,
Could it be?
Very strange.
You know?
Hey, you still have a key, right?
What's this?
Oh, you're looking for Mystery Guri?
What?
What do you want now?
Hey!
I'm right.
Hey!
You're wondering where Mystery Guri is, right? You know what she is?
ooh.
Hey,
Huh?
you don't know either?
What?
Because he doesn't know. That's why he's here to try his product.
Uh-huh.
Hey, don't you hate it when you have to ask someone what the movie is and it's indie bullcrap?
This is
It's like we get
very
this,
suspicious.
Hey,
Hey! Hey!
What the heck? He wouldn't tell you.
What the heck?
I see. I don't even care anymore. I know. Since he was gone, he was all blessed around and stuff. What was that just now? Does that mean Monica doesn't know where she is yet? It would seem that way.
You know?
What the heck is she gone? How easy is it to address for your coach that time? You must say can't seem to locate her.
Very suspicious.
Yeah, how can he not know where she is?
Yeah, totally. We spent the rest of the breakfast talking about where Kyoko could have gone. Afterwards, we returned to our rooms. Hey, more free time. Phew. Breakfast didn't help me feel any more upbeat. That's I feel like this is more just me staying up late. Well, I need to explore the school. Make sure this. There gotta be some way to access something. I'm gonna try looking up that not looking up, like trying to find that long journey. It's like this is like the only thing that has like a modern face on it. Yeah, whatever. Wait, who's in the light room? Oh. Yeah, oh,
What?
no, do you need something? I thought you dropped it.
That's fine.
I don't mind you allowing you to drop it or something. Hope you appreciate it. Next time you drop it. Yeah, I feel like I'm not doing this. Let's see. Let's see if I can stop anything.
So, in other words, naturally.
That confidence is justified. I assure you, thinking about it in part of the battle, one person was over $4 billion separate from the Sudan manufacturer. How the heck did you make that much money?
In other
Stock
words,
market. And buying some shares and assets within the marketplace, all within a single day.
yes,
So even some simple-minded and genius sort of business week, when he buys and sells up in the stock market, doing something within the Let me be 10 months. I gotta talk about 10 months. Yeah, you can.
what?
Hold on. Oh, day trading. Talk about day trading, right? You were doing doing that?
That's right.
Oh, so we started doing it. It's not a big deal. It's a super big deal. Oh, wait. Hey, but I was allowed to buy stocks.
Don't make me repeat myself.
That makes me an explanation. $4 billion is nothing compared to the dollar corporation. But personally, it's not bad. I mean, now you understand, man. I'm not merely the child of Marvin Gaye and Bill. You know the opposite. Maybe we can start calling you also day trade. Oh, I don't do that anymore. I got one of them. Easy. You guys have something that sounds investment? Of course, that's how I feel about anything. Frankly, life is free. Really not just for me to do whatever I want to do. And you really do it properly. Kind of like worlds apart. Galaxies apart. Not just the four stars of the civilization. Not just one number. So we really come beyond this story when that's my This guy has the confidence of Elon Musk. I feel even worse than I did before. If I take an exam, I'm getting sure it's bad if I keep getting sick. Can you go to the book? At least something. He's around.
and talked about his cosmology.
What the heck?
Certain organizations found all finally sorted. I can't say their name, but as soon as you do, they come and get rid of it. Kurt Cobain said their name. John Lennon said their name. Really bad. Yeah, you know, whatever.
Well?
Well then, why don't we have a heated discussion about Cosmo Johnny? Learn about curiosity, views on the yeah. Is that it? It's nighttime? It's that time again. Good. I'm getting the chills. Feel tight. I can't help it, I need sleep. Nighttime wasn't for a while, but I feel like my body has been chilling. As I dropped on the bed, falling into a bottomless pit. Damn. Oh, even slept through the announcement. I wasn't conscious before my head hit the pillow. Well, that's not quite true. I didn't pass it. It was more like my conscious went dead. And it leaned back and forth to sleep and wakefulness, which is all to say. I was resting. At one point, I found myself wandering through a strange dream. And that dream was, and within the dream, a voice echoed through across the walls of my mind.
I understand.
That voice, it's so familiar.
I understand.
It's me.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Huh? What am I trying to say?
Hope. This is all for hope. And that's why I have to stay. I have to stay here.
Huh? Makoto just being alter ego at this point?
My dream just now. What? So strange. Huh? Kyoko? What did you say?
Yeah, this guy has, not amnesia, it's just like hallucinating. Why is there a bird? Every day is peaceful, every day is joyful. Happy days from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Happy days, days of boredom, on repeat, forever. No abnormal
If the world were like that, I'd consider that pretty damn abnormal.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Good morning.
No, I'm not hearing the morning announcement. It took longer than usual for me to let out deep sigh. Feels the ache is a strange lethargy and all the spirits in was it even really a dream? Who knows? I was very desperate to recall the story of that's why I remember that. Coming down with the fever. Why? What a shame for you. No, there? Nobody's left there. Huh? It's empty. There's nothing inside. Wait, nothing's inside. That's right. I knew it. That's true. This makes even less sense. I was someone had wanted to attack me. Who was that behind that? What the hell was going on? I should head to the dining hall. And I could talk to everyone else about it. Oh, what the hell? Makoto has the highest fever in the world, and yet now the knife has been stolen.
Hey, Makoto.
That's Makoto. That's this guy's doing. Hey, Hiro. What the? Where the hell is everybody else? You have me worried, you know. What happened to you, like, worried?
Cause, I mean...
I know you guys didn't show up. Why'd you come get me? Did something happen?
Okay.
Everyone else there. Everyone went somewhere else or something?
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, you all stayed up there the whole night. The whole night? Also, rock, paper, scissors, tried to come get her for everyone.
Okay.
So you got here just in time. Come on, help me carry you. Okay, sure. Hurry up, I'll meet you over there. Jim, why is everyone at the gym? Can you time that? The gym is blue. So the knife was stolen. Ah, there he is.
Huh?
This is worth it.
Oh, hey, Makoto.
What?
This is show up now, it's like it's no big deal. You slept all night. Oh, you slept like a baby in your bed. Just like Hina said, everyone was there besides Kira. And then I noticed they formed a circle around something. As soon as I saw it was something more. What the heck? Before I can catch myself, I cried out. Right out in front of them with an amazing mountain.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? We're dismantling it to see what makes it tick.
Dismantling? But I mean, that's Monokuma you're messing with, right?
Yeah, that's right.
She's not even phased.
Oh no, actually, no danger. You see that, though? What is it? What do you guys do? It looks like it's been professionally disassembled. How's that possible? Turning apart something like that would be good. Yes, who do you think? How can you turn apart something like that would be good?
Hey, come on.
What?
I found him here. Found him.
So, in other words,
Can't imagine any other possibility.
Could it be...
Hey.
Hey guys, I don't think now's a good time to like this.
You know?
I just found something. What is it?
Huh?
It's what?
Hmm.
A bomb. There's one installed in every Makuma robot, I'm sure.
What?
Bomb? Superpower. We need to get rid of it. It appears the bomb has a message.
What?
Serious? Sorry.
Just a second.
Together, you're a man, aren't you? Totally fine. That's fine. You're out. I probably should have mentioned one off. God, just don't scream me like that. God, you're like the world's most spineless worm of the century.
Don't be mean!
Come on, the century's just getting started. Don't call the race already. Whatever, just hurry up and put the bomb down. Hanging around till it's not doing anything.
Well?
Everything's down. Everything's all good. You will put the bomb down, but it wasn't my main concern at this point. Why is it due to medical involvement? Stop making all of this. Really because we have to have it last time we work really tough. What could that think? When I thought about it, I couldn't help but think back to the next floor and attack on the last figure.
Just a
Yeah,
second.
I'm a photo. Huh?
Hey.
Can you hear? Can you just say? Huh? That's enough. What do you think? Gonna bring that bomb at him? Sorry. Saying since you've done Spanish, what should we do now? We'll decide to continue our offensive assault.
It's all clear
The
now.
mastermind's ready, Daddy. We're gonna break into the headmaster's room.
Naturally.
This mastermind appears to have stopped all activity. Now's our chance. Wouldn't you agree? If the mastermind comes back while we're in there,
What?
it's here if you're welcome to carry it by yourself. What the heck? It could be chicken number 6.
Such ignorance.
It's a battle of fights for the best of the mastermind. We don't have time to deliver.
But
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to kill each other and anyone else. But we have a chance now.
Come on.
What are you gonna do? You gonna run away or you gonna fight? Here I go.
It's all clear now.
All the biggest from the headmaster. When it comes down to this moment, and things can happen very soon. I'll get down. Here, can you hear me?
How about
I
that?
can do this, I'm a man. I can do this. You got the will to tell me this in myself. Trying to determine my own ways and is ready to be left again. Second is the headmaster when I first went to school. Not around. It's locked, as expected. So what are you gonna do?
What?
Well, obviously we're gonna tear this door off. It's hidden.
Huh?
Well, but the rules say we've seen the mastermind isn't watching us. Those don't matter.
But...
From what Koda says, the mastermind did show up over in
So, in other
Well,
words,
finish our business before that can happen.
Hey.
Sure, but
what?
come this far, we can't back down. Now we agree. This is what we have to do, so we have to do it.
I mean...
Serious?
What the
We don't
heck?
have any choice. We're desperate.
Okay.
Rip this door down.
Actually...
But how are we gonna do that? The thing that's pretty sturdy. We need to be sturdy of our own. What about this one thing? That one. The thing in the tool.
Oh, so...
I see.
Trust me, that could be very well exactly what you need. Now that talking sense,
It's all clear now.
What? I by myself?
Naturally.
Probably like have your me time once in a while, right? Well, if it's me time,
What?
you know how much time it took me to stay that 10 seconds. Take too long and I'll erase your existence from my consciousness. That took a ran off loud as I heard it rapping.
Hey.
So seriously, are we gonna knock this door down? No problem solved by running away. Find your stones and do them. He's right. Can't move forward. I always look at danger.
If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward.
Even though there's danger, the risk is solving mystery eventually.
Hey,
Am I right? Even if it's dangerous, we have to overcome the challenges in front of us. Maybe, but I'm so stressed. Yeah, I'm so tense, I can hardly talk. I'm all full of bust. No. Slowly flipping. Flap that. That was that.
What?
That's all? Where did that come from? Wait, Jenny's not jail. Where do you come from?
You called for me, and so I appeared.
One of this murders being here ready to face Sharp's
Come on.
What about the big guy? I was supposed to pick an axe. No, you see, you can saw the pickaxe.
Ah!
Saw my second executive level boss.
Huh?
This is a. You really get the pickaxe?
Give it a rest.
Omega 3 fatty acids old memory factor. I think we already established that the memory is very old in this game.
Not possible.
This is a level of resistance I find difficult to tolerate.
Yes,
Now the light bulbs
yes.
went off.
I
Went to the
see.
garden, right? We're supposed to get the pickaxe. Oh, there's one mystery left. Yep, we just
Have
need to
you
figure out-
reached that certain age?
Figure out the identity of object.
So,
Ugh.
you've gotta be kidding.
I found one in the garden. What? What do you find?
You SOB! Yep.
That's right, I found a corpse in the garden. Corpse in the garden?
What did you say?
Headmaster, we were curious to have something else to look into.
Come on.
Turn into the garden. Okay. I got a body. As soon as you entered the garden, I saw it. I didn't want to, but whoever this is,
Danganronpa.
that sounds so French. This makes me squeal. That's not the fact that someone's running out. Whoever is that now that I don't know why, but they're hitting that.
No way!
What?
Why? Why did they wind up getting you? Their heart isn't bleeding, they're not bleeding because the weapon is too hot. There's a knife that's continuing to come. Thing like that. Seems to be bleeding the top of the head.
Well,
Come on.
Don't. By the time you call that, I'm very cool. Shout out for the man. The next instant. Body blew up. My vision started to process. Prepared to pass out.
Come on.
Oh yeah, put out the fire. Okay, concentrate. That voice reached up and pulled me back down. Someone pressed something with my hand. A bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on me. As my body went on fire, I'm in fucking water. Thankfully, I was enough to put out the fire. I died down in the body. I'm pretty smell of blood. I guess that's it, isn't it? What the hell, man?
What did you say?
The body, but I never imagined the clothes. And now the body.
What?
Burnt to a crisp. That's beyond well done, man. Let's break this, please. Now the body. I'm gonna find out who it was. Who is he here? Huh?
What?
Specifically, my new guy, specifically, all of them. No, that body. But that can't be right. I'm down and you're saying it's good.
But
I mean, you look. There's one other person.
In other words,
What?
what?
Mastermind?
What the heck?
Come on, there's no way the mastermind got car boiled. This is. Actually, normally the idea would be considering. I have reason to think that maybe Matt might be dead and that other man. Once more, how you move around, Matt is dead.
But
That folks is well, right? Nobody else. I mean, remember I'm not saying something is going to be the next thing that happens. All the time. I think
what the heck?
yeah, the mathematics is really big, right? Of course, obviously, definitely the mathematics isn't behind that. The students for Kyoko told me that. I think the same.
Huh?
Huh? Mikuro Ikusawa, 16 students are hosting.
What?
The other day, Kyoko is finding the said it was 16 students doing the school.
What?
Students that is her fixing the all Kyoko told me.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school, the one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
It sounds like Kyoko thinks Mikuro Ikusawa is master. No, the headmaster isn't master. Ah, first that. Yeah. Bob, no down there.
I see.
There's no student. You know what master I was
So,
That's good. That's good. Mastermind.
Could it be?
Okay, the girl is the Mikuro. How did she wind up burnt to crisp?
What the heck?
None of this makes any sense. Is there somebody show up and then die? I think we better take a closer look at the body. Maybe some people will figure out exactly who it is. Hey, wait.
What?
What? Oh, you guys think you know something?
What?
Oh, you got blown up, huh? Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. Yeah. Oh, she survived. Oh, she survived. Oh, good job. That's
Stop
we
talking.
declare the whole world to be infected with never black. We declare to the whole world to be so that we never again fail any more of this time. Oh,
What the heck?
back and forth I really see. Now I have to focus on the body. Take a close look at the body.
so,
Don't worry, don't worry. It's not Kyoko after all. There's something that's in the body. See? Look. Did you see it?
So,
That's right.
What? I see. So, in other words,
I think I know this exactly good. The doors were based on the different methods. So it's cool. And this is on the bottom of the key. That's it. You see the on there, so I'm not forget something. Yes, all I really rounds it off. People try to use them back to the gun. In fact, but again, I found this green the keyboard. Data center. Down in the fourth floor. Data center now?
I see.
Yeah. What? Now the key. What? Now the key have the key on it. Suppose you have to get to the data center and find out. I think you're right. Here we are. We're question now? Oh, well, yeah, I'm okay. What?
In other words,
Means I trust it. That's absolutely how I do. I reach out to put my head on the door, turn my eyes and try to feel it. It's not fair, I told him. Okay, yeah. I can make a child alive and so well, the thing, the word the room was close. I mean, all the rooms came out with very wasn't surface clear or clear to feel the presence beneath it. And the silver
What?
hey, Max, you're a friendly person. I had recorded. He's all his monitors on the wall. Take a look at his phone. These monitors record pictures of young traffic.
what?
You have to keep mentioning things. Every time I see the school set, feedback into the school. And we just like to use monitors.
So that's
No,
it.
this is so Watch it. Watch it. This room is
It's all clear now.
project. Last night. Yes, I mean. Last night was it? Watch it. And I think he said it. Huh? Body in the garden. She had the key to this room. She was only one place. That was a photo. Body missing. Father and she was the last one. Last night is that like really, really bad? I think so.
What?
See that the guy from that specific last night is that I really think it's that I mean the body. It happened. It's been bad.
But
That's not really bad.
whoa!
That means we can find a guy himself.
How about that?
Hurry up and find the exit. Come on.
That's enough.
No, we have to check this every day. Oh, what about the exit? The mastermind is pretty good that he needs whatever to decide. Right now, let's find out why the mastermind is selected as the best thing to do. I'm not bothered by the fact the mastermind is obviously good.
What?
What do you think so?
Naturally.
The city that the forest makes is very good. Absolutely no doubt. The mastermind was murdered.
But
Why didn't that be done? I mean, he could have easily done it.
Such ignorance.
I'm telling you!
Very well who knows how much time it is. Okay, then it's gonna say sometimes the beginning of the message. This door is kind of creepy. Gotta fix the monkey. Look at nope, no good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Last one is dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, just do it. Can't stop thinking about it. There was monkey shit on it. Don't worry about it when you're doing it. Last one is down here. Nothing to do with it. Monitors. There you go. As long as I have this. What?
What?
how about that?
Wait, you hook up the antenna to watch TV?
You know?
Saturday morning,
Okay.
Anyway, watch TV. Come on.
You know?
Oh, start it. We work on magic. We do puzzles, we do
You know? Huh?
What?
What the heck?
Watching TV the whole time.
What the heck?
Come on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing, huh? What are you talking about? That's good.
But
Let's see if you can hook up to anything for this. How is the phone in the camera?
Well,
Right, can you can?
uh,
Zero,
um,
1, 3, channel 1 by 1. Where's the camera this time? Light is left hand in the data.
what the heck?
What the heck?
hmm.
Is it broken or something?
Could it
No,
be?
there must be some kind of fix to it. What kind of fix?
Actually,
Not purple with. Huh?
Hmm?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
What?
what?
Been a while, you friggin' bastard. Honestly. Oh, you're supposed to be dead. You dead? Something stupid. You're
What?
actually strange. Something seems different.
Of course.
Something different. I think this thing is perfectly natural. That's what I've been able to see. Game mode. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. Good news. Look at your faces. Right now it's sublime. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you want something, hope is your spirit. What time you pretend to be dead for all this moment? All for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You don't want to be dead. Pretend to be dead when you see a bear. You're going to say that again. You're making me laugh. And then laugh now.
Well now.
That's that.
Shing!
All the time to cut off the fast food. Hope and begin to prepare the future ahead of us. Why don't you all have fun in this thing, Gray? Can't be serious. Huh?
Let me out of here!
Out of here. Make success with getting out of here.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I get it. There is no getting out of here. Besides,
Yep.
this isn't all bad, you know. I mean, there's stuff in life, about life, no matter where you are. There's physical work. If it's the work, doesn't mean you're the same.
Well now.
Oh, you pooped all that last. That's our guess on that. Point.
Hey,
You guys can start going on that TV. This is good.
What?
I know it's like people are fine.
What the heck?
It's kind of weird. What's how intensive they are now? Well, you know, you're in that's the secret I'll tell you about. Students have to read without a doubt and saying the signal comes in on the
Huh?
understanding.
What the heck?
Outstanding.
Unbelievable.
That's fine. That's fine.
Thrills, chills, kills.
The most popular thing on TV. What?
Extreme.
This really game is being broadcast live into the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. It doesn't matter how many times you play it. I mean, I'm sure the world is not sure how many times you beat it. Watch it broadcast live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this?
That's
Can't be. Are they taking it over the airways somehow?
Oh
No way, that's impossible.
Phew.
That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your strength. You know that? All you need to do is how many tricks that I hijacking your business. I do, Jason.
Of course.
I hear that kind of freaky. It's probably coming from my own mind. And they're both talking to me and the mind from the beginning.
Hey,
All the stuff I gave you, all the recognizing tidbits about the thing you see, you need where you hear right now. All of this is that reason. Also, my tax I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in the straight entertainment.
what are you saying?
Fine, this is on TV to keep an eye on that if you're going crazy. You're gonna have cracked on them.
Actually,
You did. Huh?
yes indeed.
It's not really more of a business, right? So, well, some people might start doing it. They really actually come here to help. This is the process. Only now it's just
This can't be.
it's taking control of our communications like that. We need an astronomical amount of people. Yep. So how could things have come so far? Well, it's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
Of course.
A body has been discovered after...
Okay, I get this. Huh? That's not
It's the Monokuma File! Heart-pounding excitement! I can't wait! I can't wait!
gone. Reality is comprehensible truth completely out of reach. Oh, the method is there. You see this on how long it is. I couldn't think. I took everything I had to keep myself sane. I don't understand any of this. What's Mr. Entertainment? How is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
I thought that finally we could get out of this. Plus, what did he say about class power?
Stop talking.
Class power target. Class power is class power. But it means that at this point we have to figure out who the figure out who killed What?
What the
What are
heck?
you talking about? I thought who killed the public? The victim was female, right? The vehicle is certainly fulfilled that condition. And Martin is still alive naturally. That means that that's why he killed the public. Naturally, that body can't belong to her. She must be free over. There's no other possibility. The body is still with the murder. No, it's not possible. But I don't know. I don't even know who. I don't believe it.
Quiet.
But
That's right.
Huh?
Stop talking.
That's how they work. Wow, that's it. It's like the first one. They really do it. There's too many times to do it. There was a person in the mask that affected last time. And then the same mask was used to stab the same mask that stabbed the time. And maybe the last person that stabbed the when they attacked, it was kind of transparent. It was like, you actually can stab the time. What not? Nice. body didn't happen at all. The body blew up haphazardly. It feels like the body was dead. Oh, right back to 50. So we bring up. Okay, have the body that was burned. Pop up, have the body. We said that some fire is more. Stop having body. Some way to make it look like what body mass to pop out in the head. That doesn't have wait, hold on, why are we going to check this? This is hard to do. It's very tough to do. Try this out. Let it dry. It's what the thing is dry. Because once I just have to go into something about that problem. Nothing can actually pop out. Good shot.
Yo!
I'm glad you're here. Of course, it was PlayStation 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's on? There's only 4 tickets here now. There's 24.
Huh?
That's so weird. I wonder when
But...
I was down here at nighttime last night. They definitely have tickets, right?
What?
About it, they have a
Conspiracy!
Hold on. Destroy them. Destroy the sheep. Should have gone to that. We're going to have Alex to pop out. Alright, plan. This time you put on to talk to you. You want to talk about it.
So in other words,
We were after nighttime began on 6 last night. So why are you asking about that now?
naturally.
It's an obvious thing. The murder took place after night. How can you know that before? Because after that time you don't think about it. I'm going around looking for it. There's been spending most of the time on the garden in the last few days, so everything being here. I can't confirm that's when I realized last night there's a lot of
In other words,
the murder criminal is based on something outside of the ground. I've spoken with you, and I was in the game together in the time, last night. What? I'm here in the garden, and me went to check on Venus and his girlfriend. At that point, we all went to the thing, we went to the thing, probably was not there.
that's right.
What? But it's just saying. And the only one thought I thought that's pretty bad. That's the time to do top out to smell him. You know the talk right now.
For serious.
Let's just think about on the body. The body is
You know?
Nobody was trying to put top about another handbook. Listen to them. You remember how the body is, remember, right? There's some kind of mask in a big red suit. Nice to get out. Stop moving. Stop.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna talk about it. Does that help you? Not better too. Okay, you too. Like your voice, pop up out. I think you said everything.
It's all clear now.
What?
Just give up. What? Goodbye.
Oh. Come on.
You know?
Huh?
Alright, quick TP. You got so shoot you after.
Let's go.
Well then, here we go. There's something on the table. Wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? Who's probably the key? Lock it on the that house. I want to know if it's like the public that house.
It's certainly possible.
Wood block key has been added to Papa.
Such ignorant. What? Come on.
It's true.
Interesting. What?
Onto the back.
I see.
I don't have time for this. Although small for her age, she was in the military specialist training in any weapon type of method. She saw the interest in the
I see. Naturally.
Found it!
Oh, I feel like I realized
What?
You have pretty little hand though.
What?
Go on your profile. So what if we did?
Hey,
Get on me.
come on now.
In case you're wondering, I don't want to against you either. You know, stone, you did it. That's all the ones that you did. So who I can't forget is Miss Ogami. Broke it.
What?
Hmm. Of course. Hmm.
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually. What the person is I don't think I ever told you how many questions
Hey,
way back when
in other words,
they're actually weren't
yes, indeed.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school, the one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Why?
Huh?
Why are you telling us this?
Hmm.
Well, because, like I told you, this film game has to be popular. You wouldn't be the big. Since you got something to do about, let's make sure everyone gets on the same page. I don't want to wake up and work with you.
Yes,
Make
indeed.
sense?
Well, now.
Okay, then. Okay, that's all you get for now. Well, actually, I do have some revenge skills. I have to then, I'm gonna share a little secret here. Listen.
Hey,
Okay, now that's how you go. Monokuma's account has been added to the True Pow section of the handbook. Kyoko wears his belt to cover a bunch of scars. Place it on the back of her hand. Tattoo. Okay, but no. Monkuma specifically said there's power. There's no Kyoko very blessed. I didn't think about Kyoko again.
What?
Forget about it. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
Such ignorance.
Remember when Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students and Mutual was student.
That's right.
Actually, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mutual was one student in the game. Well, why don't you tell us that? Why not? He wants to make it clear so we can really get into this later. Give me a fact for last week that Mutual was not supposed to do. That's why Monokuma was really interested in this. We need to make an investigation first. Mutual is related to the game?
It's certainly possible.
What? I was thinking about actually have a test out, wouldn't you? If he's a student and kill someone, that would make her part of the killing game. You feel it's real? Feel different? I should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on Monokuma just told us, I changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
What makes you see that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the last man shield, and if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. I would imagine that all the words that gave himself to.
So, in other words,
Mukuro is giving information that was raised questions about her, making bold decisions. It makes no sense to me. That's a trap. Once you suspect Mukuro, that's what makes sense to me. When you say that these things are possible, that's Mukuro do it. Well then, I believe that we're being finished. Let's move on.
let's go. I see. Very strange. That's right.
Arrows in here, there's like 2 arrows. Titanium machines are quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, there's nothing strong in this thing. Titanium arrows have been added to the pop out. Oh, there's something else inside the box. What else? You gotta listen.
I see.
You gotta believe. How's the fucking involved? Bloody duct tape is entire complete pop out section of him. I think that's all the bugs on off the map.
Very strange.
God, Luck was hiding items that are really related to the game. How did he luck up? Wind up in the different room.
Why?
God. Got that?
Hmm.
Got it. Come on, we can do one for next.
What?
We need to do more research on Tanzania. How are we supposed to find out about that?
Hmm.
We obviously oh, you think that's our time?
Let's go.
I don't have so much time for the project.
Hmm.
I believe there's a file for this coming somewhere. After some more archives I collected
Hmm.
here we go.
I see.
I'm not going to say
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure most high schools oh, whatever. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Main reason Lee fighting group is out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, there are Swiss groups that engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to the entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fender is the Wolf of Ragnarok, and mere presence is enough to protect fear to everybody. They may have been involved in common military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, the continued existence cannot be declared. The unconfirmed reports of the team members were all moved on. Rumors indicate that they were going to keep them, including many state secrets they claimed acquired. Some, however, believe there were mounting internal tension within the group in the system approach.
What?
Not the sound like internal tension of reality.
Hmm.
Oh, it isn't. It's our reality. Your own reality. These people are part of our world. They're battlefield on much more than our lives here. Unpredictable and uneventful. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't what I use. Does it anything about me making it fast out of the complicated and all that? Anyway, you mentioned it. Well, of course there's something about global manufacturing or something like that. That's right, September is the Wolf of Ragnarok. You know what? Would you like to know something about related to that? Show that the members of each team serve as one squad. You get a tattoo representing Henry or something on their body. Wait, what? They got a tattoo friend. That means Niku Kasaba's profile have been updated to section of the hammer. Ding dong ding dong. Trial time! Oh my god, trial time!
Time is utterly silent. It damn so.
I don't care. Shut up. And the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Oh my god. Back to this trial. Oh, Bianca and Makoto show up together.
Ah.
What the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without me. You were investigating, so you now figured that out.
Huh?
Oh, wait, you jealous?
Hey.
What?
Stop talking, brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. Just open inside. Imagine what was about to happen. And me take something prepare myself. We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something ready. Then 5 minutes for the time.
Why?
What's going on here? Why is it shut up?
Could it be?
What?
What?
Come on.
Why do you waste my time and make me wait? Why I made you wait? You got all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
Everyone is here. We all been waiting for you. Alright, but you're on. Punish the one making us all wait. You all agree it's a violation of our punishment. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey.
I'm here and no
Ah!
you okay, you're still alive. Let's go. How about it? Fight.
What?
Is that right? Indeed.
That's not necessarily a good thing for us. Deal with the ghost. Oh, I told you, stop talking.
Let's
Come
go.
on, let's go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the time. However, looking directly at Coco's younger. Step into the elevator. That's where we
But
I'll be happy when the trial's over. One after another, everyone paused into the elevator. But I held myself to feel guilty before the trial started. Listen, before we got started, I have to ask you. Where have you been at this whole time? You used that key here to go somewhere?
Correct.
Let's say this is the second floor of the dorms. Second floor?
That's right.
I already knew water and cameras there, so I was a little too not cool.
Whew.
I had no idea about it.
So,
Came back down. Time to get the class trial. Took some time to go over the crime scene first. That's right.
however,
I kept you all waiting. You went on the second floor dorms. And what's the key? We found this.
wrong. In other words,
What? Yoko's account has been added to the true file section.
just a second.
What are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Maruku.
Makoto.
You can go over all of the details after we get through the trial. Anyway, right now I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem.
Probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her, that's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well then, that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. Also thinking what she said. Ah then, what she said, right? Alright, let's head in this elevator. This elevator is this building. And doors slid shut. Oh. This time. blinding light of despair.
I can't wait!
I've
I
been waiting
can't
for this.
wait!
It's like I've been forever since they got together like this. Time for pointless ghosts and gods and paths.
Chills! Chills!
Go. The several terms of TikTok. Alright, we got this. Okay, whatever.
Let's begin with a basic explanation. If you can, I'll. Okay.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Bro, you just saw Kyoko. Are you dumb?
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
What?
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Okay.
Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Okay.
Her traits?
1 point, Kyoko
I got it!
we got the
Talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh! You know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse is Kyoko. You can prove why. We're gonna be stuck here. And the kids won't move forward. I don't have a choice to. God damn it. Make your argument. What we got as the option? Hats in the right hand, body down.
That Kyoko there is just a...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not...
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Okay. Okay, we got
That
it.
Kyoko that...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves before...
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Shoot!
Hold on.
That Kyoko there is just a...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolute...
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's...
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, because that corpse is... This entire discussion is idiotic.
Okay,
That Kyoko...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing...
Well, yeah, because that corpse is... This entire discussion is idiotic.
Okay, hold on.
That Kyoko...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Just counteract yourself.
Shoot!
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing...
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing...
No, that's wrong.
Hold on, I need to actually watch.
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Oh my god, man. This is a pain in my ass.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Shoot!
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be... I don't think so.
The face was scorched
And there wasn't any description. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Damn it. Oh. Hold on.
Shoot!
Alright,
if Kyoko really is still alive,
Then who died?
There's gotta be... I don't think so.
the face was...
And there wasn't any description. Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong.
I actually needed to lock it.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
What?
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
I got it!
Got him.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The tattoo. Oh, whoa. That was a F. There we go, we got it.
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, After all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Because she's the ultimate soldier.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Monokuma.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this, no matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
Yeah, we got this.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
My question is why?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Oh yeah. Literally me.
I got it!
Oh, Makoto.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden. At that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
Now me and Kyoko.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body. Oh, but...
The one who saw the body first was...
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Other than Toko, what time is it? We got the back here by 9.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
I don't think
No, that's wrong!
Because remember, the sprinklers...
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, the top half was wet, and then the bottom half wasn't.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
It's the bucket.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? How can you say
This should prove it.
Yeah, we got him. We got him. We got him in the bag.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Ooh. Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What?
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting.
All it would take is covering the body with a...
Oh, the tarp. Oh, the tarp.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Maybe people say that. What's the one you I can't think about that. Alright. Hold on. You got it. Body, right? Body.
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be? By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that...
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down to... Of course it didn't get dirty!
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it.
So the reason the tarp was open is because the sprinkler...
But the underside of it was totally spot.
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Shoot!
By covering the body, the killer prevents.
So the reason the tarp is because the sprinkler...
But the underside, it was totally spot.
It's because that side was... Since it was facing...
Of course it didn't get dirty!
No, that's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage? What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinkler, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Oh, the missing chicken. Hold on, the missing chicken.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chicken. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
That's funny. This is
back on me again. Why? Let's go pretend it's back. Disguise the body has been added to the truth. Bow 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 section. God damn it.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey! Why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Seriously?
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife, so that's what I thought when I first saw it. I just
Hold on. There's more points. I think I have the knife we're gonna do.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. So maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering we're not the damn killers.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife, that seals it! Just because I had the knife, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Okay, you know what, I got it.
The knife we found...
It's the same one we...
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that, that seals it! Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Yeah.
Shoot!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that, that seals it! Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No, that's wrong!
So I forgot I hit the wrong, I got the wrong bullet. What the hell?
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Shoot!
No, it's unlocking.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Because the bomb.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous
No, the
combustion!
bomb. A freaking bomb, you idiot.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Yeah, it's the freaking bomb.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I
It's the
feel like
freaking
I've
bomb.
seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course,
It's the bomb.
we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless. Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be...
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
What?
Shoot!
Then shall we continue the debate?
The victim's fatal...
The explosion didn't kill...
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't... Then there's...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Okay.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet...
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
And then there's...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Got it.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then shall we continue? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be...
No, that's wrong!
Oh god, I'm literally on half a heart. I'm literally lost my side.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the...
I feel the same way! Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Okay, what the...
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master!
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
I got it!
Got it.
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kinda weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master! You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying.
I don't blame you for down
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Oh, yeah.
The titanium arrow.
It was in the dojo. I have
No doubt that.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have been. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No, that's wrong.
They use the tape to make it
You're right.
thinner.
Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course.
Oh,
Oh, the key.
Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the...
Have evidence.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to the rescue? Would that be when... What do you mean that Kyoko? You closer to me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is...
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Yeah, but I don't know that means. What's that mean? Oh, shoot.
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than any—
Byakuya!
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the...
No, that's wrong.
I forgot because Kyoko gave Byakuya.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There's a clear contradiction where Kyoko just told us an obvious lie. But this... Like, if I say it was something just a lie. That's my strap. That's my trying to trap Kyoko. But that's not really true. What can I do? What should I do? What should I? No, that's my strap. Matt, the victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed it. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lied. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who knows who can expose it. But who? Who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? Master my strap. You spread all your time trying to avoid danger, you never know the danger. that risk means solving the mystery of our choice? Am I wrong? Or do I do it? And let made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
It had to.
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it. Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up.
Huh?
Time's up. Class trial's all over. Everyone can stop talking now.
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting.
Voting time?
What? This is nonsense. I don't even know how to say about this trial, bro. This trial is something. This trial is just something else.
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackest?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, come on. Bruh. What kind of- What? You think I'm the killer? Alright, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's not your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it right. No, that's not true. None of this makes sense. No child doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
Perfect sense.
Shing!
Same noise.
Thrills! Chills! Kick!
Wait, why do I...
I don't expect you to forgive me.
Oh, no,
I know this is all my fault.
Yoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh god, we got punishment. I'm curious. What is the punishment? That's the question. He's got a class in it. What? Yeah. Alter Ego came back. I'm sorry, that was a delayed reaction, but still. Alter Ego came back.
What?
Huh? What is this? What's going on? Wait, what's that? Hey, Hatsune. Alter
this-
Ego. Alter Ego? Just some stupid bars from that stupid guy. And he invaded my necklace. Damn it. Oh, no, I don't believe it.
It would
He
seem.
probably made a miscalculation. No, he miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the
What
heck?
was that?
In other
Okay,
words,
you can underestimate maybe.
Hmm.
Why are you talking like you already won? You better start the thing. This body's gone now, got it? Oh, you close. As it gets scratched and flat, you never see me again.
Yaha!
The way to win is garbage. That's even better stuff for them. It's still not enough. It's still not satisfying. I'm gonna bring the rest of you. Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell's going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
You'll
so.
understand soon. Very soon indeed. What the hell? Massive high school towers all over the building in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the eternal world. Help Speak Academy brings to help students from areas who have local government, schools, funded schools. Come here, measure that means. Did we just go back to the beginning? What? What? We started from the beginning. Yeah? What? Where am I? Woke up with my head resting on the hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. Wouldn't it be weird for me to talk about videos? Class of it was doing something. It was in a new class I've ever been in. What the heck's going on? Did I just... Yeah. Finally feel my mind and body started to come back together again. Dream inside a hopeless night. No, this isn't a dream. I can tell because the stretch invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. It was a vast, dark cavern. Various of light seeping out. Crash about high all across the area. Must be some kind of underground garbage pit. Heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck here until I just here and die? No, that can't let that happen. Alter Ego saved me. He used the last of his strength. I can't give up now. I'm separate from my friend. And with that, the pursuit of survival began. First, I started looking way out of here. That's the rocket in the tank. I did not think about it. What? Seeing it down here. Is that an airplane? How does something like that in school's garbage? No matter how many times I pushed, pulled, and kicked it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here is getting dying. I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. Time to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquid ship to take? All around bad idea. Damn point. I feel like I'm blocked out from being on all sides. There's still not enough reason to give up. So alive. I'm like I'll never give up. With that project duration, the next thing I decided to do was bust down the door, go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That way I only preserved what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but at least a full day had passed. And all I did was sleep asleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. What the hell? Strange. Now increase my final isolation bar in the as I watched the pile of garbage go through from not shit.
just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. course you emerged a pile of garbage. I knew who it was.
It smells
This place smells awful.
awful.
Yoko,
Indeed.
you look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So,
Obviously, I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. You gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash in case we can.
hey,
Let's have something for you. Go ahead and eat. We could eat it. We could talk once you finish. That's your bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way to my stomach. Whew! I really hit the spot. I've got all the energy I need to keep going. We'll still haven't given up then. Of course not. For all the fact I keep going forward is all about all I'm good at. That's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me? Pay a
so,
debt or no to atone. Atone?
you,
During the trial, even though I knew I was lying, even though you know I was lying, you didn't say anything. But you knew that I knew.
indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. Well, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
it's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive
In other
so
words,
that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope Speak Academy for one people. You have some reason to come to Hope Speak?
indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. So recently I forgot what it was. But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's impossible. And it's really true, you lost your memory?
Makoto.
You remember, Makoto? You remember the first thing that happened to each of us when we arrived at school? First thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted when I woke up, I was shocked too.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a dead, disconnect.
It would seem.
On it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I was forgotten. I don't remember why I come to the school, and I don't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what made you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems like inconvenient. Are you saying that you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think I'm positive it was the work of the master. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's no reason I could come with it. This is my purpose and my abilities. So how they do this last night? The last night just stole it from me?
However,
They came close to me. Somehow my memory is connected to the rest of the school. This is why I have to get them back. That's why I'm investigating things by myself this one time. But what you say is true. Why did you ask me what's helping you?
why is that?
I did that and we all worked as one. The mastermind would have known for a way. Plus, there's always the chance the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Oh, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. And since it is a possibility, we can't just ignore it, right? The mastermind is one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I can do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you're the least likely to be the master. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like you could be the master.
I understand. I should understand everything.
What the hell?
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Yeah. Why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even though I still trust you, you know. It's just I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help directly, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. To think, that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all the investigating on your own. So how did that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think
So,
there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to follow my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability is what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective.
correct.
The reason I came to Hope Academy, there was someone I had to find here in this city. I had to find someone who.
So,
It was the headmaster of Hope Secret Academy. Headmaster? Why do you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What? What?
In other
I was
words,
separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Ghost Peak. Yoko's dad, is Hope Peak's headmaster, and that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought headmaster was evolved. I'll find a way. No matter what it takes, I'll find the headmaster.
no matter what,
No matter the cost.
So,
What's wrong? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
however,
Listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that because on what I felt based on what I seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. And what did you see in there? The room
so
had been ransacked. The shelves was a mess, just drawers up on the floor. The conclusion is that someone didn't know where anything was had been in there. I mean, the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That's my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion. Since I investigate the second floor, the dorms using the key I found. Why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
So that was the entirely Hope Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with the girl's profile and the key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. So some of the staff had to stay overnight from time to time. I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that would be like I went to check.
Correct.
That's what I finally remembered. I remember that my purpose was to find the key to that room. I went to see that last room did have a private room there.
However,
So I got there at the most second floor. The door. This is like part of that part of the square. It's hard to describe. All I can say is the more I saw it, I realized what's going on in the schools is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so
Can't explain it. You need to go see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sound like it must be fun. Really ominous.
however,
Once I got to the second floor dorms, there were cameras on my because I had no idea what was going on. I just do a Mukuro Sabe, doesn't it?
however,
Here, I didn't kill her. And I know it was a mutant. No, you're right, but that's just me. No, but you and me had an alibi, so like, who did kill her?
anyway,
All I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. We came with the point of the class trial Mukuro Sabe was to get me killed. And you killed.
indeed.
I saw that Kane disappeared. In retaliation, they wanted to draw me on and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. I mean, because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. The minimal restrictions for free to explore the secret academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules. And that rule in place to set them. They couldn't kill me themselves and try to use the class trial to kill me. The mastermind could have been
hey,
There's one other thing I like to point out about the what's that? There's a point where Mukuro may not become the victim. It could have been you. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean in the night? I can hear them, you know. Just like the God of death. What? Checking with the God's death is the alibi. They really left me.
Anyway,
Yeah, exactly what happened with you. I was in the room and I saw you looked down the stairwell. I saw a white shadow cross the floor. I hear the chase right away. I followed. I saw the shadow coming.
correct.
I ran into the room and saw what was happening.
However,
That wasn't the end of it. I stopped him, but that led to whoever Master Sailor was that ended up dead.
correct.
And the murder was designed in the building on the actually it was the mastermind. That should mean whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have any conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. That's really bad if you do. That means the mastermind can kill whoever they want. Like, but wait, it's not fair another contradiction. The mastermind wants to use the platform to try to kill you. Here, right?
Correct.
That's right, that is the contradiction. It's not just Mukuro. They need to pass out the people. See, it's you, you're
In other
That means
words,
the mastermind is the one who's been reformed. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. No doubt my new friend is despair, and that is dead. I don't think that's despair. Not?
Indeed.
You think about ultimate despair. Whoever caused it.
That's right.
What happened later, but the business was awful, tragic, tragic. Whoever was responsible for that? You know, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem.
Yeah, despicable group, only cause purpose, and motivation for despair. And then
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Damn, that was chapter 5. To be continued. That was literally the longest chapter. Dream Island Rocket Credit. Bruh. Chapter 5. Ending. Ultimate despair. Group people come to track the enemy with those are some people put together video games and broadcasting it on the day. Those most desperate awful group of people. That is the mastermind trailer thing. Your enemy has finally been revealed. But right now
Anyway.
we need to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story could come out. Yeah, you're right. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Right from the secret tool that you got from the time of the screen?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's absolutely vital to clearing the matter. I know the part of the okay? You need door in the school, right?
That's right.
Right. This is on the door, right? Hey, Kyoko, can you use that key to open this door, right?
It's true.
Find out. Kyoko took the key and then yes, it opened.
Indeed.
Now you can get out of here. No good. From the door and made our escape from the garbage chute. Jesus Christ. Finally, we were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. The ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Okay, we did not need to see that. The ladder was impossibly long, I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. And so, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So.
Ever since I can remember. I came from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time where being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. And then is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even amongst actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. How come? It's like your family's tradition, right? So.
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Right?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's the kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. That's our family creed, and what we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. So that explains. Before I came here, I was looking up info about this girl online and never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However.
And yet, I gave up on some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kiriguri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up on that pride is the reason you go so far to enter Hope Peak. It was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I know absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? Well, you'd be reuniting after all these years, right? We would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I wanted to talk to my father about.
However,
There's something I want to say to him though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However,
but he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he just simply ran away. He went for my grandfather, and they held a huge argument. As young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I could take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy that he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I would never have a chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the letter, so I wouldn't be able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, he was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But that's not true.
However,
there's one thing I can never forget. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
When the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as a little girl who was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. The shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need him to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that?
Wrong.
Our only connection was through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. Instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. After that, I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Jesus, that took way too long. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of the door is a post week. We're waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
I need my hatch on the ground near the trash room. I'm fairly certain where we come out. I went there earlier, so it opened without much trouble. But here goes nothing. Just my ran up. Right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Hatch opened easy, so looks like we're back. I can't believe how long the ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say the safety sound, but at least we're out of it. Now we're back in the Hope City Academy. Yoko, thank you. I'll never be down there, out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. This is the trash room, the dump works. To be honest, I haven't seen anyone throw anything down here. So, now what do we do? I'm glad you didn't die, of course. But if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You help me so they might.
Listen.
Word? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Let's get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Monokuma, if there's a problem with you escape. That's...
However...
Try to hide, that's only a matter of time to calm down. It's not even run away. She said that she pointed to the new bit to Rennie's point. They're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now. Don't worry. What do you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's installed. The mastermind is installed. He said something like that before. What do you mean?
So...
The mastermind still exposed during the investigation into Lukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind left their guard down. What?
Right.
We could talk to Monokuma on this. It would be better for us if we don't put her in directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm so uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Alright, let's leave. After this Monokuma conversation. Yes.
Well now.
Hey! don't mind so much.
I
Makoto's supposed to be
don't
dead.
believe it!
What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Pung, pung!
You're supposed to be punished. If you can help you,
What?
so what if I did? What would you do?
Shing!
If the guilty parties are exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
This time I won't use anything to care. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel up. What?
However,
Before you do, let's say one thing.
now, if...
We execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right?
Huh?
Huh? I do?
Hey!
Explain yourself. You knew why that.
Because...
Go set up this day's crash trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted to kill me.
In other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
And when Makoto chose to overrule my life, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial went all because you never imagined in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And that response to that unexpected development.
indeed.
You reacted by proclaiming Makoto as the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You also realized Makoto was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected event that went to you. The entities are so wrenched, so to speak, and the precious execution between you. And it's ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that would come to our aid even after you killed her.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukura, you did.
Listen to me.
Executing Makoto for it is going to be a violation of the rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what Makoto said. And that means I lose. You talk a big game. You seem the blackened to lose, not Makoto.
Well?
You need to prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't say it like that. Listen, how many routines make you go home without a show?
that doesn't
I don't
matter.
have anything right now. There's a little more time. I'll go into my science house.
That's right.
Because no matter how deep you try to bury it, there's only one absolute truth.
Pung,
Now
pung!
you can talk like some kind of famous protector stuff.
Because...
You thought it really never would have come to you anyway. You would have lived this life here, another you would have been good from the experience of love to fire.
However,
Here we are. Punching you is nothing but hope in our heart.
What the
That's
heck?
supposed to be enough to convince me in this absence of evidence.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you're trying to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this will be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there is thinking. You assume that you killed him because what you said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Spirit can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're looking wrong. No, but you have no choice. Because you couldn't kill a couple of your own reasons. You're just accepting your own decision. You want to earn out of despair current.
that's what we have to do.
Then I suggest you take my advice. So, what's the advice of you?
It's true.
Do Luca's trial over. Only this time, we follow through regulations from the authorities of the trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well then, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? Fair trial, one last showdown. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Luca of the mastermind themselves. For what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's
Getting
wrong?
bored said you tried to finish things up evil. So it's time for bear jokes. The way you suggested might be plausible, but it would certainly make one honey of a climax.
in other
How do
words,
you accept?
You guys!
Your way that would be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? It would cause you to be bearable to say that. That would be bear to agree to your terms. Do you hope or win out? Or will my despair, this bear, claim victory?
I can barely contain my...
You agree? We still have enough shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is a long way to climax, right? Barely fitting out.
You guys!
So final face off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. Buried. All the mysteries. That's pawning around the school to do that.
I can barely contain
That
myself!
would be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. And let's bear it all. can claw your way from Makuma's death and solve the mystery.
You guys!
And you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face it, execution, right? I better contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you feel? How excited you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we cover every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Honestly, I can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And that's a true statement? It's a true statement? I said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything's based on school regulations. That'd be a shop of blue girl with no touching itself. Huh? Blue girl with no touching and you part of the regulations? You mean, which you have to mean whoever can be girl. Very polarizing approach, I know. Well, okay, enough of politics. Here's the thing. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 parts of physics. All of them high school students. Only person like a single stepping home to the game began other 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling me the truth? Why to go far?
Now I'm really...
Forget the boss, would you? What's the matter?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
You leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, go ahead. You really gonna let me go? I don't care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting ready. Super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay, that's enough out of you. That's enough out of you, Makuma. Makuma. You know what? We're calling it Makuma. I'm kidding. Monokuma. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Can we leave? Never mind. I could probably believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting school. It's not my life, I still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I'll say, Kyoko's back. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. Real battle still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure they immediately accept my proposal. But I mean, honestly, how would the mastermind agree to that? I mean,
so,
yeah, no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
Not because that one moment the mastermind let their guard down like I said. When was it that the mastermind let their guard down? I
so,
wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They all said the hijacking airways to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when they heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over these airways seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult. Wow.
However,
Yeah, somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But I think in another way, there was some reason they had to do something drastic. Reason?
so,
They had to show the world something no matter cost. Us killing each other. You want this to show the world?
it would seem,
Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. Not all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. Those simple regulations didn't exist. Nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
The mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
Proof of point, most likely. Proof of point?
Hey,
Outside world is a name for the students of Hope Speak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
For us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. Their mastermind wants the world to see that and try to prove that despair is better than hope. That's the goal. The hope as the ultimate despair. What? You want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It is the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. The group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I don't know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation won't let them mastermind in revealing their weakness. What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast the killing game to the world, the mastermind had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. The mastermind simply ignored the rules of this game, but
At the very least.
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't do any of this themselves.
Indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Yuka broke the rules, so she was punished, but in that case, in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
Instead, they tried to use the class trial following the proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial and didn't have a right answer. They then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. Due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who was also not the killer. And when that fact was exposed to lie to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept it. Suggestion?
Indeed.
Prove that the world, that the spirit is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm and have it shown that they violated their own regulations. Well, all that was a hunch, right? We were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
Well, it looks like we got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. See, I got the quick side and I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I couldn't tell you if you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor and fundamental part of the negation and persuasion, what do you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have been just made you that much more easy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. Anyway, you can't relax just yet. All you've done is earn another chance to fight. You have to win this time, or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. We can't defeat the mastermind and cost our lives. There's no option except to win. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone. Is that really possible? Huh? Anyway, right now we have to find the others. They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? You know what? This is exactly where I'll end off. So, if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. And the final episode is upon us. So yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.